Hi, it's Debbie with Free from Food Addiction, and I want to share a secret that really, really allows me to stay free. And this is no bullshit, even though it kind of sounds a little Pollyanna-ish and also a little Four Agreements-ish. So if you can kind of just humor me for a moment, I want to share with you what actually really, really works for me. So I have, as a result of the very freedom formula actually that I do with my clients, I have gotten to a place where other people's behaviors and actions don't define my sense of worth and value. And let me just tell you how valuable this is. Because whether I get actual pushback from somebody blames me for something, or I get a ton of judgment, or I, oh gosh, whatever it is. I mean, somebody makes a comment to me, somebody doesn't call me back. In the past, that stuff would have spun me out. I mean, I grew up being, pretty much having the idea or the I don't know where I got this from, but it was something that just sort of, I guess I walked away with from my childhood was, if you don't pay attention to me, or if you don't prioritize me, or if I'm not important to you, then that means that I just must not be important, or must not be worthy of your attention, which means that I'm just not worthy. And I was completely looped into the way that other people behaved. If you didn't call me back or text me back, then I started to create all these stories about what that meant about me. And it kept me constantly needing your approval, needing you to like me, needing your feedback in order to even have a sense of who I was and of how I was. And talk about stealing freedom. I mean, it stole peace, it stole freedom, it stole confidence, it stole inner trust, and it stole presence because I was not in myself. I was constantly focusing on you and what I needed to do to, get you to like me or approve of me. And so it was a really, really stuck place to live from that I could never move forward from. I was stuck in my perfectionist cycle, and I was stuck in my addiction cycle because I just was so convinced that I wasn't enough. And so I needed to be more. I needed to be thinner. I needed to be better. I needed to be more productive. I needed to perform better. I needed to have more energy, and it kept me in a lot of unhealthy patterns for many, many years. And so the tool that I use, it's a two-part tool. The first part is don't take anything personally. I know I didn't make that up. It's something that it's fun. I know that it's a Four Agreements thing, but it actually is something that just authentically came from my experience too. So maybe Four Agreements stole it from me. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, to truly, truly have this experience of not taking it personally, of having someone blame you, judge you, push back, tell you that you are bad, wrong, whatever the case may be, to not take it personally. But here's the second piece of it. It's not just not taking it personally, because I could still not take it personally, but kind of be like, kind of have like this attitude of like holier than thou or better than them, or whatever. But it's actually to, from the most deeply authentic place, to embrace them, to embrace me. Because oftentimes when somebody has some criticism for me, there's I'm not just saying, oh, this is all about you, right? I mean, I'm listening for, where is their reflection helping me to get a deeper level of clarity so that I can live with more congruence in every area of my life. So I don't just completely discount what they say just because it's something that I don't want to hear. But in order for me to be able to metabolize that in a way that actually becomes life affirming instead of something that just completely spins me out, here's what I do is I embrace them, and I embrace me. I embrace the part of me that maybe they're even like shining the flashlight on, criticizing, or I embrace the part of me that's like, hey, was I really like that? The part of me that's doubting, the part of me that feels insecure, the part of me that maybe did mess up. I embrace all of it. And what I find is that in embracing all of me and in embracing all of them, it completely shifts the energy in the dynamic. I no longer in that situation need to make them wrong for projecting onto me. I no longer need to do that. I no longer need to defend myself. I no longer need to justify myself. All I get to do is to receive, to filter through and to say, hey, is there something for me to learn or gain here? And then to, with love, to respond back to them. And to never once take it on so personally that it starts to fester inside of me. And it's not only something now that I feel like the relationship or the trust is broken with that person, and I've either disappointed them and so I've got to now hide away, or now I'm mad at them, or now I feel like I've got to explain or justify something to them. So not only prevents that from happening, but just with me within myself is that there is no longer a hook inside of me of, oh, well, I'm not worthy. Oh, well, I'm not important. Oh, well, I'm like, it just falls right through. It doesn't land and fester and start to calcify inside of me and create like plaque inside of me. It doesn't do any of that today. And that is a peace and a freedom that I want every single person on this planet to experience. Because to be able to field incoming information and to be deeply intimate with that interaction, right? Like somebody contacted me yesterday, had actually a couple of interactions yesterday where this came up, which is what inspired me to share about it. And I didn't kind of, like push the whole thing away like that. I sat with, okay, like where is there something for me to learn? Like where, and is there an amends that I owe? And is there something that I need to take responsibility for? And I found that place within myself. But I was able to be very, very intimate with that interaction and very, very gentle with myself and gentle with the other person. But I also was impersonal about it. I didn't take it personally. I also could see, and actually both the situations I think it was two main situations, I didn't take it on. And so I could just see, okay, I could kind of zoom out of it, see, okay, this is the dynamic going on, and there's a situation happening here, and a situation happening here, and a reality being experienced here, and a reality being experienced here, and this is what's going on. And these are the patterns of the human experience. These are the patterns of what happens when we have fear, and when we have judgment, and when we're just being human. And so it allows me in that way to have a very impersonal relationship with it. And so that combination of being intimate and impersonal has just been invaluable for me. So I guess that was a little bonus. It's not just 2 points, maybe it's 3 points or 4 points. But essentially, I wanted to share that with you because it is something that adds so much value in my life and has allowed me to live with such a deeper level of self-love and of love of other people, and allowed me to be more authentic. Because gosh, when I was concerned about needing your approval and attention and you to like me for me to feel like I was worthy and okay on the inside, I wouldn't speak up at all. I would withhold. I would be fake. I would be inauthentic. And then that would take me straight into, the addictive patterns that I just couldn't get free from. So it just becomes this like constant cycle. And that's ultimately what I'm so committed to helping people shift around. So thank you for spending these few moments with me. I hope that you gained some insight from it. I would love to hear when you try out these tools in your own life, how it works for you. And I'll connect with you more next time. Bye for now.